Not gonna do anything stupid. What a cool trail though. Oh yeah, what do you guys think of this? Are you seeing this? This is cool. A little half pipe action. Here's the new one. All right, starting here, this is all new trail that they've made to connect this side of the trails over to more of the Salt Lake area, south area. At least it's not muddy. Slick though. When we brake, we'll have to take a look at the tire and see how it looks. It's coated in mud from the lower section. Berms are fun, but can send you right off this edge. Me being the dumbass I am, I didn't bring my gloves. Alright, so maybe I'll talk about standing versus sitting sometimes on these trails. I mean, it takes a lot more experience to do well at trail riding on this bike, especially so small. Standing makes it definitely awkward. I need some riser bars still. But definitely helps, and I'm curious about the camera view when I stand versus sit with this helmet mount. This chin mount definitely seems to be more stable. It's just been a challenge to get it to aim at the trail. The helmet part of it is kind of facing down. I look down a lot at the trail, so I'm curious to see. I'm standing now and I'm sitting. We'll see if this works out in the video. Standing a little bit now just because there's bumps. We'll admire this view for a second. So, previous video I have on my channel, we go up to Rudy's Flat, which is up at the top of this peak here. And then you kind of cross over, if you want, down into Mueller Park Canyon on the other side of this hill. What you see here, this scar on the mountain, has been there since I was young. It was the pipeline that they made for an oil pipeline. So when I was young, when we rode those on motorcycles, we would just call it the pipeline trail because we would just tear up it on our little two strokes. But yeah, so instead of going up that way, and then back down. We're taking this trail, and we're gonna end up more in Salt Lake, south of where we started. Standing. Before, with my chest mount, when I would stand, my camera would get very bouncy. So I'm hoping that's not the case anymore. That this I'm sitting now, so get close to these edges. Standing. It's another view. Ooh, coming in hot there, off camber. Almost went off the trail. This trail is fun because you can actually carry some speed in it. In some sections where you're not afraid to do it with people coming. So I'm sitting right now. Hopefully it's not too bumpy either. I can feel my head shaking, but I'm sure the stabilizer is doing its work. I've come to decide though, I really need a sprocket, but I'm thinking about getting the 16-inch rear, and in a lot of cases people will say you don't need the sprocket for that because the smaller diameter will change that rotational weight and gearing, so it's really kind of hard to say. So a lot of this trail is definitely new to me because I've only been partially through. And for a new trail, it's pretty overgrown. This time of year, we got a huge amount of rain recently, so normally a drought desert area is flourishing because of that rain. So I've been making all kinds of videos, and if you're watching this and you're listening to me right now, kudos. First, thank you. I appreciate everybody. The second, let me know if this is the type of video you like to see. You like single track. I've been releasing a lot of single track videos and some maintenance type of videos, but I am also about to release like a little wheelie progress video. Some urban playground type of stuff. That's harder to edit because there's so many different little short clips that have to put them all together. But yeah, tell me what videos you like, what kind of terrain or style. I did a commute video. You know, I'm sure there's different viewers for all those, but let me know what you like to see. Different trails, same trails, difficult trails, fast flowy trails like this. Crash compilations. On my one of my more recent videos, which isn't out yet, but editing. I have 2 SURRONs now, and the other one has been being used by my son and my wife. And I took my son up, and I would say the first part of that American Fork Trail is probably a black diamond, and he's literally rode this North Canyon Trail one time, and we took him up there with my mistake, honestly. I mean, he wanted to go really bad, and I thought about it, and I thought, if you go slow, it's a SURRON, it's a small bike. I've been riding for a long time, so to me it doesn't seem that bad, but to him, that was a black diamond for a beginner. I would say he could do blue, and he did the black, but he crashed a handful of times. Looped the bike, busted the tail off of the other SURRON. Got frustrated, hit his back on a rock, and I feel really bad about all that. But he tells me he's frustrated because it's his fault. He's like, yeah, it's on me, not you. I don't know why it can't be better. Like, it takes time. But he learned a lot. By the time we got back down that trail, he was tons better. So I guess it's kind of like trial by fire, you know, or learning on the job. Because he improved a ton. So next time he goes, I asked him to come with me this morning. He has to work, but he's like, I don't have time. You have plenty of time. We got like 4 hours. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know how there's not enough time. This is nothing but time, easy time. Holy, you guys like this trail, like, drop a like. If you think this trail is sick, hit that like button, because I think this trail is fantastic. I could come and do this every weekend. Not that I'd make a video of the same trail every weekend, but maybe next time I go the opposite way. Or if they open up that other new trail down there, I can take that. That one is supposed to be like a shorter shortcut to the Mueller Park side, but this trail is amazing. It smells great. The temperature today is great. It's like 80, a little humid because of the rain, but here in Utah we're not used to that. We have dry air. It is a desert. Despite all this forest that you see, we go 2+ months of upper 90s, hundreds, and then a few months later we get the greatest snow on earth, according to our license plates. I get a point, I'll show you. I mean, if you're around the country and not local, you might have heard of the Great Salt Lake or the Salt Flats. I'm sure a lot of you, if you ride dirt bikes or motorcycles or anything, you know what salt flats are. And so the salt flats are basically where the Great Salt Lake is dried up, and the Salt Lake is a very shallow lake, and the salt content is severe, like a lot. So here, let's stop and I'll peek it real quick. This all, when I was young, everything that you can see from those buildings, those white buildings there, all the way up to there, all this kind of marshland, it was all just nothing but lake. I mean, there was no, you couldn't see ground between this little front area and that island. It's called Antelope Island. So everything that you see out there that's dried out, that's like the lake drying up. And it was huge. I mean, massive. And now, with this drought that we're dealing with over the last few years, is dried up. And our idiot government is trying to spend billions of dollars to fill it back up for some reason, but I'm sure it will do it on its own at some point. Nature does its thing, but crazy. The landscape up here is different. Behind that island, there's still a lot of lake you can see. It wraps back around, but yeah, the salt flats are out that way too. It's another part of that where the lake dried up a long time ago. And way back in thousands of years ago, this was a lake called Lake Bonneville. We would be underwater right now. Little Utah Salt Lake history for you. Sorry, fast forward if you didn't want to pay attention to that. So it seems like we're on a descent now. Alright, I can see where it's gonna go. Maybe it's further than I expected. I'm not worried about my battery, just thinking about the time if my son would have come. So yeah, also curious to know what any of you guys, what your favorite riding is. Like, if you're watching a SURRON video, or if you've been out there, I know there's not tons of SURRON content. I mean, there's a bunch, but I started making content because I felt like there wasn't quite enough out there. I don't even have enough subscribers to be monetized. That's not my goal, but I mean, I'd love to have more subscribers just to have people watch. But anyway, like, I'm curious to know what the viewers do with their SURRONs. If you're watching this, if you have a SURRON, drop it in the comments and let me know what's your favorite riding. Like, do you do trails? Maybe you don't have this kind of terrain in your area. Do you like the urban setup? Do you go supermoto wheels and treat the SURRON like a little supermoto? Or do you dual purpose? Like, what is your SURRON jam? Curious. Because for me, it's everything. I like all of it. I love the fact that I can come up and ride this thing in these trails and all over town, not get grief. The wife and I love to go on little rides around the neighborhoods, check out houses and yards to get ideas and stuff like that. Sorry, just you? Awesome, thanks. Have a good one. So, yeah, I'd be curious to know. And if you do, throw it in the comments. Also, list out what videos you watch, despite whatever it is that you do on your SURRON, because I'm sure that it might be different. I love to watch, like, urban SURRON videos and trail videos. And I don't know what I like more, honestly. I like to see the terrain that people ride, what the SURRON's capable of, what other people are doing. Give me ideas of what mods people are doing to their bikes to maybe help me make choices. Alright, we're definitely on a different side of the mountain now. Keep in mind, I also rode this up from my house, which is pretty far down in the valley, so that's the best part about these bikes. I'm just urban riding to the trail. Oh, some of these berms are sick. I wish I had brought my hand there. No, I might have to brake. Check our time and the battery. Let's find a good spot. Maybe up there on that corner we can get a view. I can call out how much battery I have left. Look at the tire, because we are, after all, kind of testing this Shinko 244 on the rear. So far, it handles the bumps so much better than the stock tire. Like, if I had this power thing sorted out, I think that this no-brainer. But I also love to do wheelies fine. I shouldn't even say that. Like, maybe one day my wheelie video progress will come out, but just feel like it off the line just doesn't have what it used to have. Oh, all right, let's stop here for a sec. Battery's at 48. I'm really surprised with the temperature. I haven't seen more people. It's kind of nutty. I mean, I'm sorry I'm not talking. I'm like full concentration mode right now because it's kind of going through this fast, but serious business. Don't want to die. Don't want to put my foot down with my sprained ankle. But I love going fast through this trail. This trail is so sick. So speaking of comments below, if you're listening to this, if you're still watching, that's awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. Let me know what you think my next mod should be for this bike. Do you think I should I prioritize riser bars? Should I, oh, hold on. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should I get riser bars? Should I get a 16-inch rear wheel? I mean, that's a bigger upgrade obviously than some $80 handlebars. Oh, died. Other alternatives, like I want to get a rear subframe riser as well, but I think that kind of goes with the rear wheel. Like, since you're getting an offset in rear size, you kind of need the subframe risers. But I want it a little bit taller. I'm not complaining about. I'm 6 foot. I don't even complain about the size that much, I'll be honest. But a little taller would be okay. Definitely on the handlebars, so like, that's gonna happen. I just don't know what to do next. Like, okay, so let's narrow it down. 16-inch rear wheel. So I go 16-19, or wait, spend more money, do an 18-21. Remember, I'm stock. I do want to get a controller. How about let's throw that in the mix? Do I skip the wheel, keep what I have, and get a controller? And I'm looking at the controller, the KO motors. I have a buddy that just got one, so hopefully I'll be able to ask him some questions about the tunes and stuff like that. It's kind of, that one's kind of iffy just because, god damn, this trail is sick. everybody with the BAC 4000 getting the EBMX tune, which is awesome. I plan on doing a battery bypass. Oh, we were hoping to not be muddy. I'm gonna just let that drip off. So yeah, I was thinking battery bypass and a controller. Bring this thing up to maybe 7.5 to 8 kilowatt. And do I do that first, or do I do a 1619 or an 1821? If I go this route with the motor first, the Coke controller, I get a sprocket. I'd get like a 58 tooth sprocket. If I go this route, I don't necessarily need the sprocket because of the smaller rear wheel. Unless I go 1821, then I have to get two wheels, a sprocket. It's expensive, but that cost is about the same as a controller and a bypass. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should just bypass and go power, or do you think changing the setup to, you know, a 1619 or an 1821 would be the better bet? If I go 1619, I have the extra money to get some riser bars, the subframe riser kit, the linkage probably if it's in stock. Like some of this shit is never in stock. But well, anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you've watched up to this point, or you're watching this, drop a comment. Let me know what you would do. I mean, there's so many mods for the SURRON. I have a list. I have a spreadsheet. I'm a tech nerd, so I make spreadsheets for everything. I like to be organized, but I do have a spreadsheet that shows all the different mods and where you get them and cost, and kind of have a path, you know. And I want to do all this stuff, but I'm still waiting to sell the E-Beast at this point. No one's actually looking for an E-Beast or even knows what it is, so it's kind of tough to sell. Kind of a niche market out there for this stuff. I mean, everybody knows what a SURRON is, but oh, also foot pegs are on my list. I'll throw that out there because my foot is sliding off. People might say suspension, but you know, I've got the KKE front, stock rear, KKE, and I feel like it's fine. I'll be honest. It does all right. I bottom out a little bit when I'm doing jumps and stuff, but or some serious downhill. So the other thing I did do already is a bash guard, because I went up a really gnarly trail in a canyon that was like 80% bouldering and beat the living hell out of my bash plate. So it was smashed in, and did not want that to affect the motor at all. The Shinko is doing great on these rocks, so the other one would bounce around a lot and I would feel it. This one feels a lot more planted. So imagine if I had a 16-inch rear that was like 1.85 with a Shinko cheater on the back. That would be a nice have on this trail. But so would a Coke controller and a little bit more juice. I don't know if I actually need, I mean, the juice would be nice, don't get me wrong, but most of the stuff I do, I don't really need it. Be fun though. And aren't we all trying to have fun? Oh, guess we could throw into the mix my next upgrade, a GoPro, because I know my camera quality isn't the best. It's not terrible, but I am making more and more videos. Do I upgrade my camera? I mean, I still have stock ones. I don't use the brakes tons let the regen do most of it, but I hear that just upgrading the pads makes a huge difference. When I'm hitting that balance point on wheelies, I just touch the brake and it slams me back down. I'd like a little bit more feel. Alright guys, this is kind of steep and rocky. Definitely would not think of mountain bikes climbing this. Yeah, we definitely missed something over there, that trail. There's some mountain bike tracks here, so at least I know someone's come up this way. Maybe I'll review the footage and see if there's any noticeable downhill only. I'm sure the bikers probably wouldn't want me on this trail, but that's alright. Not gonna do anything stupid. What a cool trail though. Oh yeah, what do you guys think of this? Are you seeing this? This is cool. A little half pipe action. That could be the intro right there. This is super cool. There's trails everywhere. Oh shit. Dude, I have no idea. What a fun. I'm guessing it's still this way. I got muddy regardless. Oh my god. Sharp degree turn. Did not bring my tube with me this time, but it's cool to know that they have some stuff set up to fix that stuff. Hey guys. I know this trail at none of it. And, oh, there's a little jump that I'd probably die on if I tried to hit it. We are out.